it's Sword, and this is going to be a video that a lot of you are going to be like, I'm not watching this, he's just going to talk the whole time. But don't worry, because this video is full of interesting stuff that you actually care about. So I'm going to do some clarification and secrets revealed. So they're going to be some behind the scenes stuff. So if you just listen, it would mean so much to me. So you can make my day. So thank you. Make sure to like it if you like it. That sounds funny. So let's get started. So I guess just to first blurt out a random secret, on our video, which there'll be a link to in the description to the funniest moments with CrappieFishForLife. There was one part where everyone can tell it was fake, where he went force push and then I fell off the bed. And the truth about that is, yes, it was fake, but I had no idea he was gonna do that. My part was fake, his was not. He went like that and then I fell off. I had no idea he was even gonna go force push. I was just about to fall off the bed and then he did it and I fell. You can tell there was a second in between. That's just me. I didn't know he was gonna do that. So it was fake, but that was not fake. That would actually happen. The rest of it was not fake. All that stuff actually happened. And another secret about that video, we were originally going to be doing a Nick Gets Hurt compilation, because there was so much he pulled me out of the chair and I was like, let's just put it all together, all the places where I got hurt. But then it would have been a 10-second video, even though it would have been really funny. A minute maybe, if we're lucky. 30 seconds to a minute. So it would have been funny, but it wouldn't have been as long. So we just decided to put all the funny stuff together. And then at the end, I pulled the chair off from under and we're we gotta put that in. So we decided to do just funny moments, and it was really funny. And that video actually hasn't gotten that many views. So please watch that if you haven't seen it. It's 3 minutes long. It's not that long. Please spend 3 minutes and watch that video because it's really funny. There'll be a link in the description. So, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so here's some clarification things. I know it gets really confusing with all my shoutouts, but I'll also put this list in the description. So, all of the other related channels to me. So there's Meagan Schneider, that is my mom, and my siblings and I are in some of her videos. That's her business channel. Meagan Schneider, that is my mom. And then there is Good Sportz, which is Harrison and I, and we haven't posted much on that one. We'll try to do more, but we do how to play sports. So if you're ever sitting somewhere and you're not allowed to go run around, but you really want to play sports, it's how to do it on paper. So all you need is paper and pencil. And then there's what else? Okay, then there's CrappieFishForLife, which gets a little confusing. He's a really good friend of mine. We're not related, but he's a really good friend. He actually lives far away, so that's why we had a bunch of videos together in a row and then none. That's because he lives far away, so we were actually at their house for a week, so we got to spend some time with them and we did some videos there. And he had started his channel the day that we got there, so that's why all of his videos are with me, and then all of a sudden I'm just in none of them. And we still do shoutouts to each other. He's just my really good friend. And then some of the other channels Cobble Gaming and TheGameWalker, those are two of my really good friends. It'd be nice if you could subscribe, especially TheGameWalker. For YouTube, you start getting paid at 100 subscribers, and he is at 97. So I've subscribed to him with 3 accounts because I really want him to get there. So please subscribe to him. Let's see. What else? What can I talk about? Okay, so let's just see the skits. Those are all acting. None of that stuff actually. Okay, well. So on Power Outage, this is really funny actually. This part isn't funny, but we were on the very edge of a tropical storm. That's not funny. When we were at Brennan's house, and so there were a lot of weather things going on. So we were in the house and we were what should we do? So we made a skit, and I wrote that skit with a little help from one of his sisters, and so I was the one who wrote that one. I wrote most of all 3 except for the acrobatic one. Harrison helped me write that one. And, but for Power Outage, that was really funny. For Power Outage, I wrote it and then we had Brennan and his sisters, and actually the little one, Morgan, that's my sister, and then Harrison is my brother, and then the rest were from Brennan's family, and so we all acted. But the thing I was gonna say was, the thing that's funny is that skit written by me was inspired by what had happened about, I don't know, 10 minutes before we filmed. The power went out at his house. So we were so hot inside because the air conditioning wasn't running, and so we're like super hot, and we don't know what to do, and so we're just sitting there, and we would like walk outside, and it's summer, so outside is even warmer, and so we get super hot. We're like, oh, I need cold, and then we walk in, and we're like, nope, it's not any better in here. And so that skit was inspired by something that had actually happened, because the power went out, and I was like, oh, we should write a skit about the power going out, because we're also like playing games on our phones, and we were like, oh no, we need Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi's not working. And so we're like, what if we did one about the Wi-Fi going out? So that was actually my first idea, is like, if the Wi-Fi went out. But then I was like, well, no, because some things, in the skit, it was written to where like it wouldn't even work, like the phone just turned off. Now I know that when the power goes out, that may not actually happen, but it's a skit, deal with it. And so I was like, but if the Wi-Fi goes out, my phone would still be on. So I was like, power outage sounds a little more like my phone would go off. So I was like, close enough. So I kind of combined those two things that had happened, and I wrote a skit about it. The door soundproof one that I posted not too long ago, I actually filmed that a while back, but I was having complications with the end screen. That's why I haven't posted much lately. I've actually had a bunch of videos to post, like 4 or 5. Like, I think this is my 5th. And those were 2 of them, the 2 last skits, because I could not get it to work. My computer was being really annoying. That was really annoying. Sorry, I'm really mad. So I finally got it to work, but it took forever. And once those were posted, I was happy. Anyway, okay, so what I was saying is that on that one, I got Harrison to go in there, and that was just something he made up. Like, he had made it up before, and he had like been singing it, but he just added words. Just he said random stuff, and it sounded funny. He's like, I'm a kid from the city. It's really weird, but it was funny. And we hadn't actually planned that one very well. Like, the first one, I had written a script for power outage, even though it was only like 2 minutes long. Even less than that, probably. But this one, I didn't write a script. We had actually tried filming it like 3 times, and that was only our 3rd try. And so we start filming, and he just starts saying funny things, and so I didn't know what to do, because I had thought about going up and like knocking on the door. I'm like, but that would be weird, because some people might think he's in the bathroom, and I'm like knocking on the door, and then he finishes right away. So, he was just supposed to be in there, and then he's like singing, and so I just went, we can hear you, and it's on the fly. I just thought of that, and then I made it sound like he was mad, so I covered the camera. Anyway, I guess the last thing I have to say is, I'll just talk about the last thing, I promise. The 3rd skit. So the 3rd skit was really, really funny. It was like a 3-minute long video. Maybe not that long, but it was like 2.5 to 3 minutes. And we just set up the camera, it's really hard on these videos to set up my camera. Like, you have no idea how hard it is to get those angles. It doesn't sound that bad, but 10 to 15 minutes of just setting up your camera is pretty bad. I haven't posted it yet, but they're the 2, I did 2 challenges with Harrison, and the hat challenge and the drawing challenge. Now, those were hard, because the drawing challenge, I had to, I'm using like a stand right now that I've showed you in another video. It might have actually been on CrappieFishForLife, but it was a stand, and for the drawing challenge, I couldn't get it to be above, like, where it's looking straight down, the camera's looking straight down at the paper, so I had to get, like, books, and then I stacked up a bunch of books. I've used this a lot, and so I put, like, the tip of my phone in the book, in between two of the books, and it like held it out like this, and then I just videoed down and put it in time lapse. And so we actually did all of the drawing. This is another secret revealed. We did all of the drawing before he actually judged. So we did all of the drawings. So we did the first two, and then Harrison just ran and asked him, like, say an object. He was like, lightsaber. And we're like, okay, we can do that. And so we went to draw that before he judged any of them. And then so that wasn't hard to film, except for the drawing part. The judging wasn't hard to film because I just held my phone. But the hat challenge, we have like a table in the other room, and I stood on the table and reached up like to really high where the shutters are, like the very top shutters, and I got my stand to wrap around the shutter and like go down like this from like the top of the roof. So that was hard too. It's a really funny angle actually. And then Morgan in that video, I think it's in that video, but I was standing on the table and she goes, I want to be just like you. I was like, oh no, don't stand on the table. I'm being a terrible example. I was just trying to get the camera. I would never stand on a table normally, but she was like, I want to be just like you. I'm like, oh, you want to wear a hat? Okay, because I didn't want to talk about sitting on the table. Anyway, so for the third skit, I totally got off track. I'm sorry. I was like, promise the last thing. So for the third skit, we just put it on like the railing for the stairs, but my phone had 1%, so I get my computer charger and I plug my computer in, and it's a lot longer. There was no outlet nearby where we had the phone set up, and so we had to plug my phone into my computer and then plug my computer into the wall, which was like maybe a couple yards away, and those cords aren't very long, so it was super close, but it didn't reach. So we had to go get a power strip. We plugged the power strip in the wall, plugged my computer charger into that, plugged the charger into the computer, plugged my my phone charger into that, and then plugged that into my phone. So it was like a really long line of cords. It was really funny. You know what? I'm gonna show you. I'll show you where the cords are, like how far of a distance it is. This isn't that far, but for computer chargers it is. So, I'll do that. Okay, so this is where we set the camera up. We put my stand here. Let me take my phone. Okay, so we put this stand up here, like this, and then I like curled. That's hard to see. I curled this part around like the bottom, and then my phone was in it. So here, so my phone was like this from here. I'm gonna go behind it. So this is the stairs, and that's the stand. So my phone was in the stand facing up here, like that. And then we just put it in the middle. So there is no outlet anywhere around here. There was one. Actually, there wasn't one down here. Okay, that's why. So the closest one was over here. Oh, we still have the power strip plugged in. I just never moved it. I had to move my computer charger and my phone charger, but I never moved the power strip. So this is the outlet. We plugged the power strip in. We got it like as far as it could go. Then we plugged my computer in, and my computer got to like down here at the very like right under it, and my phone charger was just long enough to get all the way up there. So that's what it looks like, and it's not too far, but still. So I said that'd be the last thing is skit 3. So skit 3, we just I'm actually sitting on it right now. We just put the stool that usually sits by my desk here, and we just put it in the middle of the other room, and there were actually a lot more than that. We just, like in between, we cut out all the parts in between and just put like where we fell. But we were just running around, like a couple times we messed up and I cut those out. We were just like jumping over it and stuff and waiting for us to mess up, and it would be really funny. So that's a lot of the behind the scenes, and I cleared up some of the confusion about all the other channels that I go with. So thank you for watching this. Sorry I just talked the whole time. It's like a 13-minute video, but thank you for bearing with me, and I'm glad you got to learn some stuff about my channel. Please go watch that Funniest Moments, because it is really funny, and I don't have many views on that. So please go to watch that. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.